First, I want to talk about uh, Maddie's no-hitter. Tell me a little bit about that game. Just tell me a little bit what was working for her. What did you see through the course of that game?
Maddie was just really being her typical Maddie. East Bay's had, looking on paper, they had a really good hitting team. She continued to keep them off balance with her off speed, with her down pitches, and she hit her spots. And it was after coming off a loss, her first loss of the season. She really buckled down and came back and threw the game that we know that Maddie's capable of. So we didn't even know it. We weren't even talking about it. We might have known it, but nobody said anything. And Maddie comes up to me at the end. She goes, "Did I throw a no-hitter?" I said, "Yep, you did." We just had that one little first inning error, and other than that, she buckled down and did her job.
At what point did you realize that she was really locked in for that game, that she was really doing it?
Really from the first inning. Even how the girl got on base the first time, it was just a weak hit that we just didn't make the play on. I think they had maybe one hard hit ball off of her, so it started off right off the bat with her. And
tell me a little bit about just what kind of an asset she is to the team, and how important her pitching's been, especially lately.
Maddie's one of the reasons why we are who we are right now. I mean, she was one of the reasons why we were who we were last year. And she's a big component. She's really stepped up in big situations. She expects more out of herself every day. She expects more out of her teammates every day, and she carries that onto the field. And we wouldn't be, obviously we have 20 other girls on the team, but we really wouldn't have the continued success without her on the mound.
Let's shift to this weekend. Friday and Saturday scheduled to have to go up against Dominguez Hills. Tell me a little bit about that matchup and what your thoughts are.
My thoughts are hopefully we get the games in. That's right off the bat. Dominguez Hills, they're not having a very good season. But we cannot play to that level. We have to continue to treat them like they are the number one team in the nation, that they can come out and beat us. Because if we let our guard down, or if we let them think they're going to be in the game, they're going to stay in the game. So we have to continue from the first inning, or we have to attack from the first inning. Their pitching isn't what it's been in the past. Their hitting isn't what it's been in the past. They're not winning ball games. They're not winning ball games. They're getting scored upon often, and we just have to continue that pressure. We can't go in there going, "Oh, we're going to score 10 runs because this is what paper says that we're going to do." If we do that, you kind of get in a little trap, and sometimes you stress too much about it. You do more than you're expected to do. And if they continue to just go out there and play humble softball, they'll do fine. But they got to go out there with that same intensity that they would go out against West Texas or North Alabama or Monterey Bay. You got to every time they have to step on the field, they have to go out with the same intensity, or people start thinking they can beat us, and we don't want that.
How anxious are you guys to finally get some home games in, if the weather holds out?
I think at this point, honestly, we're just anxious to still be playing ball. If we had to go on the road this week, I think they'd be just fine with that. I mean, it would suck, but we're hopefully, weather looks good for now, that we'll get some, something in. It will not be at home. Our field is still unplayable, but hopefully McKinnonville High School is going to be playable for us. It might be a little wet, but nothing we're not used to. Dominguez Hills might have a problem with it because they're not used to any moisture, but we just want to play.
Tell me a little bit what's been contributing to you kind of touched on this already with Maddie, but just tell me a little bit about what's been contributing to your guys' continued success this
season. It's just the all around aspects that we have: our base running, our hitting, our timely hitting, and our pitching, and our defense. If you look at our defense, I think we've played 15 games. I think we only have 7 errors, and really shouldn't have that many. They weren't really difficult plays. They're just more, I think for me, more mental than they were physical. Our pitching's under 1.5. Our hitting's coming through when needed. We struggled our hitting struggled a little bit. We're still trying to find our place without Hannah Holland. We're still trying to find our groove, but they're doing it. And our pitching is keeping us in the game long enough for our hitting to do it. Our running game is really putting pressure on their defense, and it's having all those aspects working together that's continuing to help that success. And when one aspect isn't there, the other aspect is pitching. Is keeping us in the ball games. Just like take East Bay for example, we're 1-1 to the 6th inning. Well, Maddie kept us in the ball game until we were able to capitalize. Same thing with KP in the second game. I mean, we were down going into the 6th inning again. It's about aspects of our games keeping us in the ball game, continuing to attack, and letting other aspects pick up where some aren't really working.
Great. I think that's all I got.
Can you talk to us a little bit about kind of the maturity and the resiliency of this team? You guys got your first loss, obviously, but to come back and have the performance you guys did, can you just talk about the maturity that you saw from your girls?
The maturity, yes, is they're at the point where that one loss didn't lose the national championship for us. That didn't define our season, and it was almost a monkey off our backs. Okay, obviously the target's still there, but a monkey, we haven't lost a game. Maybe that little stress level is there, but they showed a lot of heart by coming back, and it just shows you the resilience of the team, that one little thing's not going to let you down, and one little thing doesn't define a season. We're still very early in the season. I mean, we haven't even gotten through a third of it, and to not let one little blip ruin it for everything, ruin it for the rest of the year. And they came back. It showed a lot about their character in moving on, putting that immediately behind him, and focusing on the next game, the next thing at hand.
You briefly touched on it, but nobody wants to lose. But did it feel kind of a relief in a sense that, hey, we've got this out of the way. Now we can really refocus. We don't have that lingering, undefeated, mark going.
Well, like I said, that's kind of like the monkey off our back is, all right, let's find another streak. We're done with that one. Let's start on another roll. It's going to happen. I would love to say that we're going to go undefeated. It's this league that we play in, the nation, the softball that we play against it's going to be hard. No matter how good of a team you are, you're not going to go undefeated. And that's just what you tell the girls. It's like, hey, it's about the end picture, not about one game. And we're still going to have the target on our backs, and that's the only way that's how we want it. We want that target. We want people coming at our best game, because people coming at us with their best game is going to help us become better, and in turn get us to that postseason that we need to be at.
Thanks, Coach.